tasting this really kind of sweet, vibrant, fruity Kenyan coffee, and I was like, this is a new experience. So so that was where like my passion kind of for coffee came from. Tried to learn a bit about you know, the whole kind of roasting process and basically everything that happened from origin through the roasting to the final kind of consumer and what kind of baristas do with it. And yeah, set up Chimney Fire Coffee in 2016. Specialty roasters, we take high quality coffee and we roast it in an optimum way. So when we say that, you know, we don't dark roast, we don't over roast anything. Every bean has an optimum roast profile. Probably quite a strange analogy, but it's a bit like overcooking a steak. If you've got low quality coffee, if you've got low quality bit of meat, you bung it in the oven for 4 hours, tenderize it, and it kind of comes out okay. If you've got an amazing bit of meat, you want to really give it, you know, the best kind of care and attention, and not overcook it. And it's the same with what we do in specialty roasting. What we're really looking at is kind of the higher end quality wise in terms of how we source. But then also what we do as roasters is quite important, and that really, you know, these two parts really differentiate us from a kind of more commodity level coffee suppliers.
Roasting is where the magic happens. So this environment here you're visiting us today is where the magic happens. The green beans, which are the fruit, it's a seed, comes into the hopper up here, and then when the temperature and everything is right, then I let them in. And then the roasting process starts. There are so many different varietals within the Arabica, which is the better product if you want. Within that, there's a lot of different varietals and they all have their different characteristics. Same with your grapes. But also what's even more important is where they're from, so the origin, the soil, the climate and the altitude. But what's quite intricate is that every bean of a different origin would behave differently, would take on energy and give off energy in different ways. But there is kind of a ballpark starting point that you have to respect, is the temperature you let the beans in, so the environment in there, and what you're aiming for when the roasting process has been done and you actually let them out. And then you have here a very powerful sucking engine, like a Hoover, that sucks the heat out of the bean in 2 to 3 minutes, so very fast. Why? Because the beans are fully charged of heat and they can still continue to roast or to give off heat. And you want to kind of cut that as quickly as possible because you deem the roast ready to actually come out.
As Chimney Fire Coffee, it's about quality throughout. So it's quality in how we source, it's quality in terms of how we roast, whether it's for espresso or for filter, and then what we do in terms of training our partner cafes to brew the coffee and to give it, you know, to extract it in the right way. That's all really important. The one thing I will say about all of this is that at the end of the day, people can, you know, have coffee however they like as well. So although we give a guide that, you know, it's an espresso roast with this profile, filter roast with this profile, there's no reason that you couldn't have an Ethiopian however you'd like to brew it, and you're still going to get an indication of that kind of taste and flavour that comes through. So, you know, it's kind of, it's subjective. Taste is subjective. You've got to really go for what you like.
Funnily enough, it depends on the time of day as well, and what I eat with it or who I'm with. It's such a sensual experience, coffee, if you allow yourself that luxury. If you don't think it's the morning time, I need to chuck something back. And I think if you understand specialty coffee, you could get so much more pleasure out of it.
It's really great to see if someone comes in to do a coffee experience and they come in and they think, you know, coffee's coffee, they quite like the taste of it, but they want to learn a bit more about it. And as soon as they taste 4 different coffees side by side, it changes their perception of coffee immediately. And that's quite, I quite enjoy it when that happens.